So it got dark last night, and I did do more after the last shot, but it's kind of where we're at the moment. So I need to take the rest of that out and move it over into the other van. And really, that's pretty much it for what I'm saving. I have my doors and stuff here. That looks like a big dumpster in here. Anyway, it's just sitting in place for the moment. And this one was already cut, and it is almost the same from one van to the other. So I don't know if you can see right here, it's touching. Everywhere else there's a gap. I can stick my pencil in it. So what you can do is sharpen your pencil. Apparently I also need a new blade. You can take your pencil like this, and you can see I kind of hit right on the edge, right where that gap is. But as I get down here to the bottom, it's going to give me that line. Same thing works with what I was doing yesterday. You can use a small scrap. Oh, what's up here? A piece like this, and you can just put your pencil like this against it, and you can make your own line. You can just slide that up, and it'll create a line that follows the curve, and then that's how you can put your piece in there and have it turn out nice and tight. For me, I'm just going to cut this little bottom piece right here on the bottom, and then it should go the rest of the way over, and that'll be good. Alright, so I skipped ahead a little. Just dry fit here, like the porta pot fits, and then underneath is going to be the battery. So, using a Duralast battery, AutoZone maybe. So I gotta get that secured in there. Obviously it can't be sliding around, so I gotta devise something that'll keep it in place. It does have a strap though. I was thinking about just screwing the strap in, but let me work on that next. And like I said, that switch panel that's over there is gonna end up here. So all my wires will be here. It'll tie into the fuse box under here for power to the battery. I'll put my switch behind the wall there where it normally is. If you're wondering how this is secured, I put a cleat just like this under here. It's all just sitting here for now. You can see it back there. So once this is screwed to the wall, then I can put a screw here that'll go through into that cleat that you saw. The other screw here goes into this upper cleat right here. So that's how this is secured at the moment. There's nothing out front. But once I start building the rest of the cabinets, it'll all be pretty secure. I can always do an L bracket or something to the floor if I feel the need. Everything will kind of square itself up based on the square pieces. As it hits the wall, you can see everything can kind of move. So as I start screwing everything back together, that'll all square itself up. And then I may make this piece removable so I can get to that battery. So it would just drop down inside as a shelf inside this upper cabinet. And like I said, I can pull it up out of the way to get access. I'll probably have to cut a hole in the back corner or on this side for wires to get up and over to the top up here where the switch panel is going to be. And I got to clean up that whole mess too. It's never really been great for wires inside. Okay, so the sink out of the other van. Kind of slid it in place. And I realized that it's going to hit that fuel fill now. So what I'm going to do is actually set this piece right here. I already knew I had to make a bigger top anyway, one that went all the way over. So I think it's like a 48-inch top that I need now, something like that. So what I've made is a couple of pieces. All I did was measure the dimension from here over to here, about where I want it to sit, and it came out to 25 inches. So now I'm going to screw these right in here. I'm going to attach, let's see, I'm trying to do two things at once. Attach them right here to this rib in the Chevy. I'll put another one up high. It'll be level, hopefully level. And then I'll attach the cabinet into the end of those, and that'll hold that end panel, just like I did here with these. I'm doing the same thing over here now. And once I get that end panel set, I'll probably start taking the sink apart to get ready to make a new piece that'll go all the way across. This piece over here will also go vertical to meet the piece coming across for support, and then this will be my desk area right here. I'll be able to sit right here, just like as a desk. And should I have the need, I'll have area there I can put luggage for a trip, or put a refrigerator in that space, something. So that's what I'm going to do there. I guess technically I could leave it like it is now, but it already bothered me that those switches were down there. Like I said, they either end up here, or now I'm thinking possibly right here. Behind the radio, if I make a wide panel that goes all the way across. So that's, you know, everything's a work in progress. Kind of figure it out as you go along, come up with new ideas as you start to build it. That's what it's all about. Okay, you can see my cleat horizontal there. I screwed into the other side. And now I'm going to put one across here. You can actually see my old lines. If you didn't have lines, you can put a framing square up against here and over, and it should work out. But I'm going to go and attach this too. I just figured I'd record it. I'm using 2 1/4 screws. Let's see, this one. I cut this dimension 25 1/4, same as the piece on the back wall, so everything's square, everything's the same. Form that. Start to come together. This piece has to come apart. So I gotta do the same thing on the bottom. You can see before it was a small piece of 1x and then the 1x4 on top of it in the front. I don't know if you can see that or not, but hopefully you can. Let's see. Do one of these screws for here. Good. Now my countertop's going to come across over to here. Still got to work out that detail. Okay, so when you have the plywood out like this, if our ends, what you do next is you use 1x2, which you see here. And on this one, I held it out just a tiny bit on this side so it's not exactly flush. Mostly goes to the inside, and same will happen on here. These are the same size, just tiny difference. And then we're going to use a framing square. Put that there. As I look at it, it's not a great cut. Put this on here, and we'll put the framing square up here without hitting. That looks pretty good. And this nail gun does not like nails. that one went. Put Bosch nails in here and they just don't seem to load very well. Don't know why. I'm gonna try a different brand. That's popping this thing. It's pretty annoying. It works though. Pick up my horizontal pieces. Ugh. Okay, so we got the battery box. I did go ahead and put the strap on it. I'm going to run the strap through that loop. I put a board in front of it to hold it. I just went and pulled the ground strap off of my old van, put it on this one. It's going to run around and connect to the ground terminal over here so that the battery is now grounded to the vehicle. So make sure you do that if you're putting an extra battery in like I am. And then next will be the hole. I'm going to go ahead and cut a hole here for that panel. This is just a marine panel. These two big wires is coming from the battery and it makes the panel hot. And then all my little things that I add to it I can turn on and off, and they're all covered by the fuse that you see there. So you don't have to get a West Marine one, they got other ones. I just happen to have that one, so that's the one I used when I did mine. Anyway, let me go ahead and keep working here. Alright, so I'm cutting out a hole for the electric panel. Paddle bit. When you buy a paddle bit, buy this one. It has little sharp points on either side. Don't get one that's flat. It'll take you forever to drill with it. Speed bore. This is what the ones I have. They're older. Irwin, but you can see the shape. See how it has the little points on the outside edge that helps cut through. Makes it go way faster. Once you make your 4 holes, it's just time to play connect the dots. Make sure there's nothing on the other side you're going to hit. Whew. Might want to make sure you got a good blade too. Oh my goodness. Oh, that's really close. That's really close to my stereo up there. That's a problem. Damn it. Alright, we'll go this way first. Now, I guess I'm going to cut that over. This. And then on top of it, now where it might work. There we go. This just patted it out from the lip. Damn. Sometimes I even think of clever things and I impress myself. That was pretty clever, really. Alright, this wire is longer than it has to be because everything's in new positions. You see the rings here? These go right on the battery posts. It's a marine battery, you have little wire, nut ones. I guess other ones have it, some of them. And there, that's gonna end up there like that. I tried to center it underneath the stereo as much as I could. Well, let's see, what did I do with the 4 little screws? That's one. Well, I've been wanting to do that for a while.